We're back with another mediocre podcast here.
Great to be back. How have you been, Brekyn?
Good. I can't complain. Been working hard, but it's all going to work out in the end, hopefully.
Right? So, we're coming up on the 4th of July here. Do you get any plans for the 4th?
Yeah, actually, tomorrow after work, I'm heading up north to our cabin.
Where's the cabin?
It's in between like Fifield and Minocqua.
Okay, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think the family got a B&B over towards Door County, so
Oh, yeah.
gonna go hit that up. And sorry, guys, Gage couldn't make it for this podcast. He's got some family issues, so he'll be back for next week's episode.
Yep.
Well, we can't start the episode without mentioning our partners. Our first partner is going to be.
You want to do nested first?
I'll do nested.
All right.
Nested tree stands. It is a lightweight, packable tree stand carrying system, and you're going to be able to carry that through the woods without a hassle. The best tree stand you can get out there, and good pricing, very affordable. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Gage always says, hey, it's under 25 pounds, 24 pounds for their later one.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the weight. You can,
I mean, yeah, packing her deep in at 24 pounds. I mean, your average stand is going to be 24 pounds. This, you got your stand, 4 sticks, light rails. They're
your bow.
yeah. I mean,
what else you got? You got your clothes on. It's a lot of stuff. If you're older, you're like 30, 40, 50 years old, man. You're gonna want to have something that's easy to carry. And
absolutely.
Then going into our second partner,
Yellowstone AI trail cameras. They are one of the best trail cameras on the market. This is actually my first year running them, but I've been blown out of the water with the quality of them. Insane quality, insane speeds, lifetime warranty. You never have to worry about breaking one. And if you do, you send them in, they'll send you a new one.
Yeah, Gage, matter of fact, was talking about how he had a problem with his. He reached out to them. They sent them, he emailed them. They got back to him in under a day. They're like, yo, wow, we're sending one out for you. So, they work incredibly quick at getting back to you. So, great customer service on their end.
And that's a huge thing, especially in the cell camera industry or trail camera industry in general. I mean, I've had problems where you try to get a hold of customer service and it's just such a shit show.
It's a hassle.
Oh my God. It's terrible.
Yeah. So going into the episode, we wanted to talk about your turkey season, I guess from start to finish. You've got a few this year.
Yeah. So actually I shot 5 birds this year and started out the year, took 2 youth hunters out, opening day of youth season. I took my little sister. She's 8 years old. She got her first bird right away opening morning. Worked out perfect. And then later that evening, actually, I took out my cousin and he shot his second ever bird. So we started out the year strong. And then I had a first week tag and my brother and my girlfriend also had one. So I started out Tuesday night, the night before season. I still didn't have any birds roosted. Didn't really know where I was going. So I hopped in the truck, rode around. Luckily, I caught a bird going into roost on a piece of property I had permission on in the past. So stopped in at the farmer. He was super nice. Was let me go out there. So I took my dad out opening day. And I mean, we were probably set up for a max of 15 minutes. Like this thing, we got decoys set up. I called 3 or 4 times. He was roosted 80 yards away. Thing pitched right into the decoys. He shot him.
Wow.
It was 4 minutes after legal shooting light.
You can't draw it up better than that.
No, it was a quick one. And then Friday, I didn't have class until I think I had 11 a.m. class that day. So I took my girlfriend out and her family's got land on the west side of Wausau.
Okay.
So we went out there and I didn't really know what to expect. We didn't have any birds roosted. Like I've never been out there before. So we got out there at first light and I all hooted and we had probably 5, 6 different birds gobbling. So we set up on 2. They pitched out and they pitched out in the field probably 100, 150 yards from us. And I mean, it looked like they were coming and then they kind of hung up and slowly drifted away. So I sat there calling because we had 4 more birds just down this creek and They started coming. Two broke off of the flock and they hung up at about 40 yards. And like, this was her first ever turkey hunt too. So
Okay.
it was kind of a struggle getting her set up and trying to get, and these birds came in hard to our right and she just couldn't get the gun up and swing on them. I mean,
Okay.
like, I probably could have killed them,
Yeah.
but
I
you
was
know,
gonna say, like, so you mentioned the bringing out the couple youth kids.
yeah, absolutely.
What is your biggest struggle, I guess, when you're bringing out a first time hunter and you're trying to, I guess, show them turkey hunting?
Honestly, I think my favorite thing to start with is turkeys, first of all, just because, it's a lot more interactive, fast paced than
Oh
like
yeah.
deer hunting. But I mean, you still struggle, especially with like my 8-year-old sister. I mean, lugging all this stuff in
Mhm.
is, first of all, fun because I had 4 decoys, a tripod, the gun,
My God.
Yeah. So that's a struggle. And then getting them set up and like having them hold still usually isn't too bad because I mean, you, turkey hunting, you got nonstop action. There's usually birds gobbling, something's going on. So getting them to hold still isn't super hard, and they stay pretty focused and in on it. But then, yeah, like I'd say the hardest thing is just when a bird comes in, making sure everything's good and they can get a shot off.
Yeah.
And decoys definitely help if you can get them right into the decoys, and you got your tripod set up and they're right where they need to be. It definitely helps. But I'd say that's probably one of the harder things is just making sure everything lines up when the bird actually comes in.
Yeah. I would kind of agree with that. It's just getting the person like, okay, I gotta get the gun up and ready to shoot, you know. They're also not knowing when to take the shot too.
Right.
They
Yeah.
question a lot of things. You really just can't hesitate once you know it's time to kill something.
Right. And the
Pull
other
the
hard
trigger.
part, I guess, is you don't want to like push them and make them rush the shot. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like,
It's like
okay, like it's kind of
it's
now
it's
or
time,
never. He's
right?
here. Yeah. So, I mean, that's definitely a little bit of a difficult thing. But I mean, the main thing is just don't push them. You don't want them to rush a shot and mess up on something and then they get all disgruntled.
Right.
So that's, I'd say, the main thing about taking out youth hunters. But let me tell you, it's a blast. They get jacked up.
Oh yeah, we've mentioned on previous podcasts that it's almost as great or as satisfying taking someone out and let them do the hunt and you just kind of show them.
Oh, absolutely. I
It's a
love it.
blast.
I love it.
So, going back to I think you were talking about your
Oh,
girlfriend's
yeah,
hunt.
yeah. So we had them 2 turkeys come in. She couldn't swing on them. So they worked off and we gave it 10, 15 minutes, let them work off, do their thing. And then we kind of made a reset up. We moved probably 100 yards down the field, trying to cut these birds off the way they were going. And we got in there and I didn't put out my strutter decoy this time because I didn't know if that's what they weren't liking. So
Mm,
I just put out 2 hens and did some real soft calling. And I had a hen start, I don't know, yelping back at me and never heard another gobble after that. But this hen was just going nuts. So I kept calling at the hen and finally she worked out of the woods line. She came out into the field and probably 10 steps behind her was a strutter. But he
great.
just he just never gobbled. He was tight lipped. So that hen came out, she worked out into the field, and that Tom seen the 2 hen decoys. He moseyed his way over and she made a perfect 20-yard shot. She was pretty
Great.
pumped. So that was awesome. And then I still had a tag left in my pocket. So it was, we had some bad weather actually first week. So
Mm,
Saturday and Sunday it rained and it was pretty gnarly storm. So I never got out. And then it was Monday night. It was still raining. And I'm like, I got 1 day left. I got to try something. So there was a field I had permission on. And I seen a bird out there. I think it was Thursday night. I had no clue if he was still out there. Hadn't seen him since, but I'm like, I got to try something. So I got out there Tuesday morning, the last day of season, and walked in there, got set up, owl hooted, didn't hear a goblin. I'm like, oh man, this sucks. So I'm like, while I'm out here now and set up, I'm going to sit and just see if anything happens. Probably 10, 15 minutes later, I heard one gobble, but it sounded like he was way back in there. And usually it seems like first season in Wisconsin, the birds are so flocked up, you kind of got to be where they want to be.
yeah.
But I started calling at him. He was gobbling up on the limb, flew down, gobbled at me probably 2 or 3 times, and then he kind of shut up. So I called a couple more times. He wasn't gobbling. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to be quiet and see what happens. So I'm sitting there, not thinking much of it. Had my gun leaned up on the tree next to me. All of a sudden, I hear leaves crunching, and the thing comes running in. He ran 5 yards
You're
past
like,
me.
"Oh shit,
Yeah,
oh
I'm
shit."
like, oh god. So I'm thinking he goes right out to the decoy, and he starts whooping up on my strutter decoy, and I'm like, my gun's here. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to grab it quick and pull up and
Boom.
shoot because he's gonna see me. So I grabbed my gun, got it up. Thing never once looked at me. He was just sitting there pounding on my Tom decoy. So I took my time, shot him at probably 10 yards. I mean, that was a cool hunt.
Yeah.
And then what was next? Oh, then we headed out to, we did Kansas and Nebraska and Missouri.
So wait, all in like one trip?
Yeah, we did a week long trip. Started in, I had shot a bird last year in Kansas and Nebraska, but two of my buddies that were with, they never got one.
Okay.
And we're doing the Chasing 49.
Yeah.
And they wanted to go back this year. So I said, that's fine. I'll go back and call for you guys in Nebraska and Kansas. And then when we head over to Missouri, I'll
Did
buy
you
a tag.
did you go to same spots that you got them at last year, or did you try something new?
No, we actually did switch it up a little bit. Last year, we kind of struggled, like, especially in Kansas, the unit we were in, there just wasn't much for trees out there. You get a lot of little drainage ditches,
Okay.
but it seemed like any piece of public that had birds on it got hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
So we actually tried a different unit out in Kansas. And the first day we were there, we pulled in at like 3 a.m. and I just picked out a piece of public on Onyx and I'm like, let's try this out. Looks good.
Yeah.
Parked the truck. We were the only ones there. I'm like, all right, this is good. So right before daylight, we walked out and I'm like, we'll just go down in here, listen, see if we can hear anything. And sure enough, there was probably a flock of 5, 6 strutters in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out perfect. So we got snuck up, got set up probably 120 yards from them, and they were hammering, gobbling their heads off. They flew down and they kind of just skirted us. Like we never even seen them, but I could hear them gobbling the whole time. And it seemed like once they got far enough away, we decided to pack up and try to make a move on them. And we've chased them birds around until probably noon. And it just seemed like every time we made a play on them, they were a little bit further away. Just
Yeah.
couldn't get in front of them. So then we decided to pack up and go get lunch. And where we were out in Kansas was in the boonies. There was nothing out
Oh
there.
wow. So where'd you get? There's no like going to a bar and eating.
No. So actually, that's what we planned on doing because we got there on I think it was a Saturday. So I'm like, we'll just stop at a bar. So we found a bar. We get there, closed. So we're like, well, we'll hop over to the next little town. And I mean, these towns have 200-300 people in them.
Yeah, they're almost like unincorporated.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, like all these towns are a post office and a bar. That's about it.
Yeah.
So we hopped down to the next town. That bar was closed.
Oh my god.
So we're like, well, there's a halfway decent sized city like 20 miles away. So we popped in there. And I think we actually ended up eating in that town, got food. And now we're like 40 minutes from where we were hunting this morning. So we're like, well, we might as well poke around here and just see because there's a couple chunks of public. So we drove out, checked a couple pieces, and we're like, all right, we either got to decide what we're doing. We either got to go back where we were this morning and try to roost them birds or commit to a piece. And we just decided that we were going to commit to a piece. So we drove out to it. And yeah, we got to the piece and there was 2 strutters out in the field that was
Okay.
on public. So we're like, well, let's go try to make a play on them. So we ripped around, got set up on them, got them gobbling out in this field, and this one crested the hill. And I didn't put any decoys out, which might have hurt me on that one, but he crested the hill and he was sitting there looking, hammering, didn't see nothing. So he kind of came down the field edge and skirted us at about 80 yards and kept going. So we're like, well, we'll come in here in the morning. We got out there in the morning, the next morning, and he gobbled maybe 3 times on the limb, and we just never could get on him. And my other buddies that were up in Nebraska, they had both shot birds that morning. So they were looking to head closer towards Missouri. So we were like, okay, we'll pack up and head to the east side of Kansas so we're closer to you guys. So we packed up, tried a completely different spot, got there at like 1, 2 o'clock, and we walk in there, start calling, and 4 birds struck up. There was 2 on each side of us. So we were set up on the top of this really steep ridge, and these 2 birds came ripping in. I mean, they were fired up. Had them at 20 yards. I dropped back like 60 yards from my buddy that was shooting.
Yeah.
Called these birds up to like 20 yards. I see him pull his gun up. Boom!
Okay.
Both turkeys take off flying. I'm like, oh. So he missed, but we still had them 2 birds to our left that were gobbling. So we're
Yeah.
like, all right, we gotta like obviously they're not gonna come in here after we just shot. So we're like, let's
Mhm.
pack up and slip around the edge of this ridge and get reset up. As we're walking on the edge of this ridge, all of a sudden we hear a hen like right over the crest of the ridge. We're
Yeah.
like, we're just gonna get down. So we got down. Sure enough, this hen pokes up over the ridge, and right behind her was 2 toms.
Jeez.
And he ended up shooting that, and we got super lucky on that one. So then we headed up to Missouri, and my 2 buddies, other 2 buddies, were up there hunting for a day already, and they had seen some birds. So they went to a piece of public. We went to a piece of public, and we tried roosting birds. Didn't get anything roosted that night. So we hopped back into town, got a hotel, and we woke up the next morning and it was pouring out. So we're like, well,
Fuck.
we'll wait until the rain's done. So it was probably 9ish. Got out, walked through this whole piece, and never heard a gobble. So we got way back in this bar piece, and in Missouri on public, you could only hunt until it was either noon or 1.
Really?
Yeah, which is the first time I've ever ran into that.
Yeah, that's pretty early, man.
So and it kind of sucks when you're on a hunting trip and you can only
Right?
hunt. It's like, what do you do the rest of the
Yeah, and
day?
it rains in the morning?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So we got way back into this piece, and it was like an hour until close. So we're like, well, we might as well start heading back out. So we were just walking down this logging road. All of a sudden, we come around the corner of this logging road, and there's 2 strutters sitting there 80 yards from us. And I'm like, dude, just get down, get down. And we got down, and we're like laying on the edge of this logging road because we had no cover. And I'm like, well, I'll try calling at them. Called at them. They didn't even look at us, didn't gobble, nothing. So I'm like, well, we got like 40 minutes.
Gonna sneak up on him.
We thought about it. I'm like, well, do we try sneaking up on these things? But I didn't want to bust them out.
Mm.
And we only had 40 minutes left. So I'm like, maybe we'll just sit here and let them go do their thing. And then we can come try hunting them in the morning.
Okay.
So we're sitting there. All of a sudden, I look up and they're walking right down this logging road at us. I'm like, Jackson, you better get ready. Like, they're coming. So we're literally laying on our bellies in the middle of this, like right on the edge of this logging road. And these turkeys come around the corner at like 12 yards. And I look at Jackson. I'm like, all right, you shoot the front one. I'll shoot the second one. Did the old 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, 2 down.
Wow.
It was sweet. So that worked out pretty good. And then, we hunted the rest of the week there, 4 more days trying to get my other 2 buddies turkeys. And I mean, it was insanely hard hunting, super high pressure. I think we maybe heard 10 gobbles the whole entire rest of the 5 days. It was brutal.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a pretty cool story. Your sink shop where you got them both. I mean, so it turned out to be a good trip, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was happy. It worked out perfect for me. And the tags out in Missouri, the turkey tag was $304 for 1 tag. So
Holy fuck,
yeah,
dude.
I'm glad I didn't come home with tag soup.
I was gonna ask you, and then you said Nebraska and Kansas?
Yeah. I
What are
think
those tags, or how's the process in getting those?
so. Kansas is actually a draw state,
Okay.
but most of the units you can draw with 0 points.
Yeah.
I think it's like a pretty much a 50-50 shot, but both years we went, we all drew. So
Great.
that tag, I think after your like application fees and everything, it's probably right around 170. And then I think Nebraska, that's technically an over the counter tag, but it's like a quota system. So once they sell out, they're out.
Okay.
And I think them are like $180.
Yeah. So expensive
Yeah,
trip.
that's kind of part of the reason too. Like, I didn't really need to spend another $300 on 2 turkeys that I already shot in them states. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just call. We can get it over with quicker, and then we can head over to Missouri. So it worked out good. I'm glad I didn't eat tag soup on that one though.
Yeah.
So then
That's
go
what,
ahead.
3 turkeys for you then at that point?
That was my second
Or
one.
second?
And then I came back to Wisconsin, and right away I had 3rd season. We were over there during 2nd week here. I had a 3rd season tag that I bought, and I didn't hunt at all. We were super busy with work. Everybody was planning. So it was the last day. No, it was the second to last day.
Okay.
And I went out scouting and there was two birds on a piece of property I had permission on. And I'm like, oh, should I just go make a play on these things or should I just roost them? Because it was already starting to get late. And then they kind of worked into a spot where I could get in on them and make a pretty good play on them. So parked my truck, got all my stuff, went in there. And by the time I got down in there, they were probably 200 yards across this field already. And I'm like, well, maybe I should just leave them. And I'm like, I'll call at them, see what happens. Called at them. They gobbled. Both of them came ripping across this field. So they probably got 50 yards and they kind of started to hang up. And I'm like, well, I didn't have any decoys with me. So I'm like, well, I'll call at them, soft call, scratch the leaves a little bit. And that was enough to convince them. And they came right into probably 10 yards. And I shot one there. And that was actually that double spurred turkey.
Oh, okay.
So that was pretty cool. And then I had a 4th week tag. And I did not hunt at all 4th week. And then I had 2 5th week tags. Same thing. Like we were just so swamped at work. I didn't really get out much. And then I think it was the second last day of 5th season. I had off work. I had a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I took a half day off at work. And on my way home, I drove past our land, and sure enough, there was a strouter out there.
Okay.
So I decided I was going to go make a play on him, and it was probably 10 o'clock. And I messed around with that bird until I don't think I finally killed him it was probably 12:30, 1 o'clock when I finally killed him. Like he'd sit there and gobble, but he would not move. So I just kept moving with him, kind of working with him. And finally he shut up for probably 10, 15 minutes. And I was sitting there debating if I should just call it and get into work. All of a sudden I look up and the thing's at 15
Oh,
yards.
great.
So I got really lucky on him too. Pulled up and shot him. And then that's 4. So my last turkey was the last day of season of 6 week.
Oh, wow.
And got set up on a bird right off the roost and he gobbled and gobbled, but I could hear hens with him and he wasn't budging. He never even came out into the field. So I messed around with him for probably an hour and I'm like, all right, I'm going to cut my losses. I'm going to go make a loop around some of the property I have permission on. And if I don't strike anything up there, I'll just head her to work and call her a season. And it was like the second to last piece of woods I was checking. There was a tom and 2 hens out there. And where he was pretty close to where this guy has a food plot right off the field. So I'm like, I'm going to try to belly all the way around and get in that food plot and get set up. So I start walking through the woods and I get down in this creek bottom and all of a sudden the turkey starts gobbling across the creek. And I'm like, oh, do I go after that thing or do I go after the one I know is out there?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm going to first try to get at that one that I know is out in the field. And then if that fails, I'll go after this bird because I really didn't want to cross the river
Yeah.
if I didn't have to.
Right.
So I sneak in and I get to that food plot and I'm setting up decoys and all of a sudden 3 or 4 deer jump up and start blowing and running out to that field.
Oh, great.
And I'm like, well, I don't know if he's even still out there. So I stopped, called a couple times. He never gobbled. And I'm like, I'm just going to sneak out to that field, see if I can even see him. So I got probably 5, 6 yards off that field edge and I could see a tail fan probably 80 yards away. So I just got down, started doing some light calling, scratching in the leaves, and that was enough. Yeah, he pulled him right down the edge of the field, shot him at 20 yards. So that was a good way to end out the season.
Yeah, it can't end it better.
No, it worked out perfect. So that was my turkey season. Worked out pretty good for me. I can't complain.
I'd say.
Yeah.
So, going into summer now, what are you doing to prepare for deer hunting season?
So I've been hitting food plots and stuff pretty hard lately. Last week got out and I've been wanting to do it for a long time. So I finally took a track machine out and dug a watering hole in one of my food plots. And luckily it just turned out that there was a ton of clay in the soil there.
Yeah.
So it's been holding water really good. And I threw a camera up on it and the deer have been hammering it. So that worked out
What
good.
kind of camera did you throw out there?
Yellowstone AI. So, anyways, that was the first thing I did, and then I went through and mowed all my food plots. I have a 4-acre alfalfa plot that was getting pretty overgrown, but it was just so wet and rainy I could never get in there to mow it.
Yeah.
So I finally got all them mowed down, and I'm gonna wait probably 10 more days. Once that alfalfa starts coming back up again, I'm gonna go in there and spray that. And then I actually went in and tried making a new food plot this year. So I went in there with the tractor and the brush hog and brush hogged it all out, and it looks really good. So yesterday I went in with a tiller and tilled up some spots on the food plot where I wanted to put some screening in. And while I was out there, I'm like, I'll work up this new food plot. So I worked that up, and I'm going to let that come up for a while. And once it starts coming up, I'm going to spray that, and then I'll rework it all again and plant it. But
Is there anything else that you're gonna put other than alfalfa around?
so,
Or
yeah, so my big food plot is alfalfa. And then I got 3 more food plots on that property. And then I got 4 food plots on our land up north. So I think what I'm going to do for 2 of my food plots on the home farm, I'm gonna plant like a brassica mix in there. So I'm gonna do like rape, turnips, kale, sugar beets, and that stuff. And then like a week before season, I'll go over it all and overseed it all with rye. So I'm gonna do that for 2 of them plots, and then that new plot I made, just because I didn't have time to get any fertilizer or lime in on that one. I don't know how the soil quality is gonna be. So for that one, I think I'm just gonna plant like a clover and rye mix in there for the
okay.
first year.
Are you looking to put watering holes in those other food plots too?
For sure, one I want to. That new one I built, I want to get water in there because that's like a staging area right before they come out to a big egg field.
Yeah. And I don't look at the group chat a whole lot, but I mean, it looked like there was a bunch of new tracks and stuff.
Yeah,
So
I went in there tonight and put down some of that screening seed tonight, and there was some huge tracks in there. So I'm pretty excited for that. And yeah, I mean them deer have been hammering that watering hole. So I definitely want to get one in on that transition food plot to that egg field. But the rest of the food plots are kind of smaller kill plot areas.
yeah.
So I think I'm not gonna mess with them too much. Just
Okay.
let them do what they're gonna do. But I definitely think, yeah, watering holes can be a huge tool to use because every deer that's been out in that food plot has stopped in and drank out of that watering hole.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
it's definitely working out for me so far.
Great. So what going into this season, where do you think you're gonna find more success? Have you had it more back at like at your farm or up north?
So I would say we definitely have more success on our home farm around here. We definitely have higher deer numbers, and we get bigger deer around here, but not saying that every once in a while we will get a giant up north. They're just
Hmm.
kind of fewer and far between. And so where I am up north, we're just north of Medford.
Okay.
And we're right on the edge of the Schwamigan. Like our land
Yeah.
butts up to the Schwamigan. So every once in a while we'll definitely get some wolves up there.
Hmm.
And when we get a pack of wolves and move in, it'll push the deer out for a little while. So it's kind of hit or miss up there.
Got
But
you. Yeah. I mean, that seems to be a problem that a lot of people talk about around here is like the wolf problem and then bears too. On top of it, there's just a lot of predators up there that
definitely,
they got
yeah.
to
I
deal
think
with.
so far this year, I've probably had more bear pictures than deer pictures up there.
Dude, a ton of
Oh
bears.
my gosh, they're thick this year.
If you want to go hunt a bear, go to Medford area, go in the Schwamigan Forest. It's
Oh,
ton.
they're up there. Speaking of that, I actually have 12 points for a bear tag up there, and
Oh,
I did not draw a tag yet.
what the hell, man?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I'm kind of glad I didn't draw a tag this year because actually opening weekend of bear season, I'll be up in Alaska moose hunting.
Oh shit! Tell me about that.
So yeah, I'm gonna be going up to Alaska this year. My grandpa's been going up there for probably 20 years. He DIYs everything. So
Yeah.
last year he shot his 18th bull. So
Wow.
he's pretty successful. So he wanted me to come in with him this year. He's starting to get older, so he wanted to take some of the grandkids out before he gets too old.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do a DIY moose hunt. So I'm gonna fly into Anchorage, and then we're gonna be like 270-ish miles north of Anchorage. We're gonna take a bush plane in, and we'll land on a lake out there, and we'll have a tent, and we'll be out there for 2 weeks.
A little fishing out there too,
Oh,
or
I want to. I definitely want to bring my fly rod in. We'll see how it all goes down because I can only have 50 pounds of gear on the
okay.
bush plane.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think I can get it all in, but that's including my food and everything. So,
Mhm.
if I have room for my fly rod, it's definitely coming in with me.
Sweet.
So, yeah, I'm going to do moose tag, and I can buy an over the counter bear tag. And then we can also shoot wolves up there without a tag. So, if we see wolves. But I'm super excited for that. I think I'm gonna bring in my bow, but my grandpa will have his rifle. So worst comes to worst, if I can't get a shot with the bow, I'm not gonna pass it up on the rifle. But
No.
but
I mean, how many chances you get to just go on a moose hunt, right?
right, absolutely. But I mean, the dream would be to shoot one with the bow.
Oh, 100%.
Speaking of that, since Gage isn't here, I can say this: I'm gonna shoot the beast broadheads this year.
Okay, okay. Someone's gotta shout out Bomar.
Hey,
Yeah.
I mean, I've messed around with them a little bit, and I've been a big fixed blade guy, but
Yeah.
they came out with them new cut on contact broadheads this year, and they look pretty mean. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm going to be running this year.
Well, we're gonna have to get you on another pod and talk about, how they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I just built a dozen arrows yesterday, actually. So
Oh, yeah, Gage was telling me you got the whole setup now to make arrows, so, I
yeah,
mean,
so
have you been learning a lot?
yeah, absolutely. So I've done, I think, 6 dozen arrows now, and I just did my own personal arrows yesterday, and they turned out super good. So
What do
I'm
you like
gonna,
to use for arrows?
so I'm shooting rip TKOs this year.
Okay.
That's what I'm shooting for arrows, and then I'm running 80 grain insert and a 30 grain outsert, and then I'm running AAE hybrid vanes. So I did a 4 fletch with a right helical on them, and I guess I haven't shot them yet, but
Yeah.
we'll see how they shoot, and if not, I can always tune them up a little bit. So
I've, shot the rips my whole time I've hunted, so, I
yeah,
mean, I
I
think
mean,
they're great arrows.
I've shot them for 2 or 3 years now, and I can't complain about them. I love them, so I'm excited to see how these do.
Great. Have you been, out practicing yet with the bow or not?
Yeah, so I've been shooting for 2 or 3 weeks now. I shoot in a 3D archery league.
Okay.
So we've been shooting pretty consistently with that. And then now I gotta do some work and resighting my bow with these new arrows. I don't know how bad they're gonna shoot compared to my last ones, but I'm gonna probably have to do some fine tuning on that, and
Yeah.
we'll see how they shoot, but I might have to go retune my bow, so we'll see.
What bow do you use? And then okay, talk about your setup on your bow.
Okay, so I am shooting a Matthews lift. I got it set at, I got the 75-pound limbs on it, but I'm shooting like 78 pounds right now. I'm running a HHA Tetra Max sight. I am running a QAD drop away rest, and I got a 8-inch front stabilizer bar and a 10-inch rear stabilizer bar. And honestly, I love how the bow shoots. I have no complaints on it.
Yeah, I shot Gage's lift. I mean, I've always been a Hoyt guy, but the Matthews is good. I ain't got anything to complain about. I'm probably gonna buy his Matthews end of the summer here.
Yeah, I mean, I love my Matthews. I actually started out on Hoyt, and I have nothing bad to say about the Hoyts either, but I don't know when. I think I was gifted a Matthews Z7 Extreme probably my freshman year of high school, and that's like one of their solo cambos. And
Yeah,
I loved the bow, and I kind of just stuck with Matthews since then, but I had 2 Hoyts before that, and yeah, I never had a complaint with them. I actually really liked them.
that's actually what Gage got. I think is his first bow was a Z7, and then he's like, after that, man, I just never changing up.
Dude,
And
I love that bow. It was a nice bow.
Wisconsin company. I mean, you
Yeah,
gotta
absolutely.
support.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they make good stuff. But yeah, other than that, we got deer season coming up. I got to start getting ready for moose hunting here. I should get some workout tips from you here. I got to get in shape.
Well, yeah, we were talking about that. I mean, probably got to do a ton of hiking over in the bush, right?
Yeah. So I gotta definitely start working on some stamina endurance here. But I think I'm gonna start taking my frame pack, putting 50, 60 pounds in it and start hiking up Rib
Yeah.
Mountain.
Doing that, just walking with it in general is going to be very helpful.
Yeah, so that's definitely one thing I definitely gotta get my butt into gear. I haven't even thought about it. I'm just like Gage here.
And then packing's huge. You know, when you go on these big hunting trips, you said what, 50 pounds max on the plane?
Yeah.
I mean, when you hear that, what are you thinking? I got to pack. Like, what do you got to do differently in contrast to like just going on any everyday hunt?
Right. So I mean, my main thing I'm worried about is I gotta make sure I got good base layers because I'm not gonna be bringing in a bunch of different camo.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna make sure I got good base layers, and for my camo, I'm gonna be running a puffer jacket and pants just so it's super light, packable
Yeah.
if I need it when I'm glassing or something to stay warm. Then a big thing is I'm definitely gonna buy a set of trek poles because if I'm gonna be packing a moose out and I have a 80, 90 pound quarter on my
Right.
back, I'm gonna want some trek poles. And then the main thing I got to worry about is food. So what we're going to be doing is going to be eating like the freeze dried meals. So I got to make sure I got enough food going in. And I don't know, I got a lot of stuff I got to look into yet because obviously I'm going to be bringing a handgun. I'm going to want
Yeah.
my binos, rangefinder, my bow, all my camo. Obviously I'm going to want a couple pairs of clothes.
Hmm.
So I also got to get on and buy a good pair of hiking boots. I I'm still looking, so if anybody has any suggestions, I'm definitely open.
Me too, man. Um, is is there any sort of pack that or do you already have your pack, or is there a backpack that you're looking to get?
So right now I'm running the Sitka, like their mountain pack, but I'm not set on it for sure. I'm definitely doing some research
Yeah.
and looking into some other packs. I would like to get a different pack. I don't hate the Sitka pack, but it's just definitely not my favorite. So I'm definitely doing some research right now and I'm going to be hopefully buying a different pack.
Okay. Well, you always ran Sicko like around here? I mean, Gage was telling me you're a big Sitka guy. Is that all you run for camo, or is there any other camo that you use? And then how much do you think camo matters when you go out and into the woods and hunt?
So originally, I actually started on Badlands camo.
Okay.
They were supposed to have a great warranty, like lifetime warranty on all their stuff. So I bought that and I had a couple pairs of pants that started ripping out. So I tried warranting it and I just could not get anything through. Like,
Like bad customer service?
oh,
Like,
terrible.
see, and when we talk about customer service,
It's a huge thing.
you gotta mention Yellowstone AI,
Hey,
our partners.
great customer service. They'll get back to you right away. Don't you worry about that. But yeah, like that was my selling point when I originally bought that Badlands. It was supposed to be
Right.
like a great warranty
Yeah.
on it. And yeah, I couldn't get nothing through it.
And how fast did they start, like, ripping up on you?
I only had the first two set of pants, the like right by the crotch, that seam, they started ripping out within the first season.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, so I wasn't super thrilled with that. I did never try. He keeps talking
Oh
up his
my
first light.
first light. I don't even wanna try that shit.
Nah. I'm not a huge first light guy. So after that, I originally just bought some Sitka for duck hunting. Like I bought a duck oven jacket and some Hudson bibs, and I was super thrilled with it. Like it worked really good. So I'm like, well, I'll start trying a few things out. And then I bought some early season stuff for early season bow hunting and turkey hunting. Really like that. And then finally last year, not 2 years ago, I bought their like heavyweight whitetail stuff.
Is that their, Fanatic?
Yeah, I bought the Fanatic bibs and jacket, and I promise you, it is the warmest shit you'll ever wear.
Really?
Oh, I love it, dude.
What's their one stage down from that?
Stratus.
Yeah, I got the Stratus stuff.
That's I think that's gonna be my next purchase this year because I got the Fanatic and I got the early season stuff, but then yeah, like during the rut when it gets 30-ish degrees, you don't want to be wearing that Fanatic stuff.
No.
But my early season stuff is a little too warm yet. So I definitely want to try out that Stratus stuff.
Yeah, I really haven't had complaints if you layer up well too. I mean, you can get into the colder temps if you throw some on underneath,
Yeah,
but
absolutely. Have you ever tried like their merino wool? Like they got like their base layers. Have you ever tried
I
any of that
haven't
stuff?
tried them yet. You said you got them, right?
Yeah, I only have like the long underwear right now,
Okay.
and I mean they seem to do really good. So
I think I have the Fanatic hoodie, and it's still got that, what is it, like, the little square, like, insulation.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
warm,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're
whatever it
talking
is,
about. I know
but
what you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, but I'm gonna be looking into definitely getting a couple good layers for going up to Alaska. So I think I'm probably gonna stick with the Sitka.
good choice.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure Gage will like listening to this episode.
He'll love it.
Um, yeah, is there any other trips that you're, doing in the near future?
I'm not for sure set on anything yet. I know I was kind of talking with Gage, and I have we do business with a guy down in Kentucky, and he's got a couple hundred acres down there that nobody hunts. And he told me, "Hey, come on down. You can bring whoever you want." So I've been kind of thinking about that, seeing if I could get a group of guys that would want to go down there for a week or two and see what we can do. But that's not set in stone yet. But other than that, I think Alaska's gonna be my main focus.
Yeah,
That's gonna take up a lot of my money there.
a lot of money, a lot of training.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I couldn't say no. How many times are you gonna be able to go up to Alaska?
No, and you said your grandpa got, I mean, what, 18
Yeah, he's
out of
got
the 20
18.
trips, so, I
Yeah.
mean, he's pretty successful.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got high hopes. We'll see.
Yeah,
But either way, I mean, just being up there is gonna be incredible.
we were talking last week about some of the greatest places to hunt for the experience. I think that was Gage's number 1.
Yeah,
I mean, you got everything there.
right, absolutely. And if all goes well, I'm hoping I'll be up there again. I mean,
Of course, that's a dream, man.
yeah, if I could. And I mean, this is the main thing, like, you go up there a couple times with someone, and you figure it out, and then, you can start taking some buddies up there and doing it on your own.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanna, yeah, kinda figure out what I'm doing, and then slowly as my grandpa ages out of it, I'd still like to be going up there, so that's the dream anyways.
That's every outdoorsman's dream.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
So, think we're coming to a close here. Uh, we can't forget, Gage was telling us we
Get
gotta do our closing. Everybody keep it mediocre. That's the end of the show. Later.